What up, anime fans? I'm back from the video reviewing the Holy Sword Arc of Dragon Quest Dino Daiboken. Or as in English, Dragon Quest The Adventure of Dai. I've really enjoyed this reboot since it's now over. After 100 episodes, I cannot wait to get to the finale. But can't wait to get to the final arc, but that's going to be a long time for now. So, only watched 42 episodes so far. 42 episodes. So I got a lot more to go. Anyway, this was a very entertaining arc. Last time, there was a mention of a tournament in Romos. Martial arts tournament. It may not be the entire next arc, but there's a region that's not titled the martial arts arc, the Romos martial arts tournament arc. It's not called that for a reason. Why? I'll get there. Anyway, the arc continues where we left off. The Dai, Pop, and Leona, along with Crocodile and Humco, return to Popnica. Everyone was worried, but Leona has responsibility. She asked them to gather all the leaders of the countries that survived, or some of the big places. As far as we know, there are 4 big places in the there are 4 kingdoms. Should I say 5? There are a total of 5 kingdoms. 2 of them we already know, Romos and Popnica. The other 3 we have not seen. Well, technically there were 6, but that kingdom is no longer a kingdom, it's just a small village now. Which I'm going to name Dragonic Village. It should be called that, because base worships the god, the Dragon Knights. So Dragonic Village would be the better name. Anyway. Alright, the only tells Dai Pop to rest or do some training so they can prepare for what's going to come. So, Alright, doing some training. Pop straight finds out sees that Dai is massive, right? He's able to use riding on his own. And lever zoom. Yeah, but with his crest, but since he's got to this best, he can't lose the power for very long before it taps out. So, yeah, don't use a better way to control that power. Otherwise, he won't be able to fight long balls. Also, Dai's giving us a new gear as a gift from Leona. They'll be able to work with his Dragon Knight powers. Wait a minute. I just realized something. You know the game Jump Balls? That came out in 2019. And the reboot didn't come out until 2020. But the voice of Dai in the game is not the actor that played him in 1991. It's a different one. So interesting. It just came to mind. Now I got the upcoming Dragon Quest video game with with these characters. It's their second video game debut, but this is their console debut. After all, Dragon Quest came out on the Famicom in Japan in the 1980s, so there were console games at the beginning. So yeah, it's a spin-off console game featuring the Dragon Quest universe. Not the best, but still. Dragon Quest continuity is very complicated. Dragon Quest Slam, but it is pretty expensive. I don't know if he has more titles than Dragon Quest. I'm not saying something. And we got Final Fantasy 16 coming out, and yet we don't have a Final Fantasy 12. We don't have a Dragon Quest 12. Maybe because the pre-roll Dragon Quest have been more focused on the the Adventure Die game. They did make some other spin-offs, like the upcoming Dragon Quest Treasure Hunting game. I'm off track again. So, yeah. Anyway, Die needs a new weapon because he needs a new knife similar to the one the owner gave him, but it's a different type. So the old man suggests using the legendary sword. The holy sword. Legendary sword. Sword of Champions, to be more specific. Is there a tournament for martial arts tournaments in Romos? Die and Pop definitely need to get that sword. So the two head off to Romos. But anyway, Hyunko also goes off to do some training to try and master some spear techniques. Right, Pop's come from my new favorite character. Well, he's not really my favorite. He's a great character. I just loved his battle in the last arc. Superb. He had the best moments. Really improved. It's a big step up from the second arc. The battle against Crocodile, showing how much Pop's grown. I really like that. Anyway. So, we also see a serious girl kicking butt, doing some martial arts. We don't know who she is. Even though the second opening spoils it. Or version 2 of the first opening. They just spoil it. No, I'm not going to spoil it right now for you. Not till it's revealed. You know, anime can make mistakes. They could just spoil things by accident when they release a new ending to their arcs. Like One Piece's second ending played during the Alan Park arc, which is before the reveal of Bellamia, who was Nami's foster mother. It spoiled her before she was mentioned. Her story is revealed. That is a spoiler. So yeah. Something like that. This ending definitely this new edit that came in the last arc spoils Dai's armor and a returning character. Anyway, Die and Pop are too late to site enter. So registration ended an hour ago. So look. Not sure what to do. Die decides to decide to watch the tournament. Watch the whole thing go on. Bob initially refuses, but when he overhears two people mentioning about a cute girl fighting, that immediately gets his attention. And see her fighting. She's skilled. Let's build their mom. She's back with a new look. Gotta say, I like her new look better than the old one. I don't know, I just like the design. So, I don't know why Dragon Quest and Dragon Ball never had a crossover manga. Never had a crossover manga. They could literally crossed over because, again, the first Dragon Quest game was designed by another. The art was done by another named Kira Toriyama, creator of Dragon Ball. It'd be interesting to see a crossover It was a good chance. Yeah, shame. It was a good chance to have a crossover. That's sad. Anyway, as I anyway, Mom's not here alone. She also has a a monster, which is a bat rat named Chio, who's who also is a student of the martial arts teacher that Mom's been trained under. So yeah, between the two arcs, right? Some time must have passed since we saw Mom, right? I know the mom we saw last time did not count. She was a fake. So a lot of time must have passed in the universe, but didn't really feel that long. Maybe because of a bit of the rush story, how they rush in some episodes. It might feel that it was a little longer. You know what I mean? Look at the 1991 anime. It may have some filler episodes, but at least it's tried to be faithful to the manga. You know, something I've been wondering. Like the English of this anime, right? I remember seeing episode 1, literally at the start, when introduced to Dai and Brass. They can't see a Brass knocking Dai on the head. At least a bit of an inconsistency. Hell, even more coherent in episode 2. But 4 Kids, they're not bad, because 4 Kids had the worst inconsistencies. But why censor these on being hit on the head? It's comedic. Like, look at children's cartoons. Like slapstick cartoons. It's like Looney Tunes, right? It's supposed to be funny. You can censor much of the blood. Well, wait, I want to know, is Toy afraid of blood now? I think Dragon Ball might have been the reason why they stopped showing a lot of blood in the series. Still blood, but not that much. I'm just guessing it was Dragon Ball that pushed them on the edge. And more simply, Dragon Ball Z Kai. Well, how brutal Dragon Ball Z was. So, and not just in toning down some of the violence, it just might have been caused a spell to censor a lot of the old anime, the new anime that's just started, to be censor the blood. So that's why you don't see much. That's my guess of why you don't see much blood in toy anime. Like it's only 1 ounce of blood in Dragon Ball Super. That seems man. And there's not that much blood in Dragon Quest Adventure Time, even though there was a lot more blood in the 1991 anime. I guess standards have changed, but look at One Piece. There still was a lot of blood in it. Still uses a lot more blood than regular anime these days. So they don't censor that. Seriously, they don't censor that. You don't know about Boruto? No, wait, that's done. No, it's done by different studio. My mistake, sorry. So it's just sometimes hard to separate different anime statisticians of Shonen Jump, you know. Oh yeah, I do promise to return to the Fist of the North Star and just felt underwhelmed on the first arc. Sorry, off track again. I have a habit, I really do have a habit of doing this. So yeah. Anyway, Chiyu used to be a bit of was a bad monster in the past, but yeah, my martial arts teacher took him in, trained him, don't make him strong to resist the Dark Lord's will. Then again, he was just a bad guy, not because he was just a, more of a delinquent like character. Because again, this is during the Dark Lord's defeat. He revived recently. Let's make a cameo in this episode. It's nice seeing him again, even though it was just not that long. So, anyway, anyway, when Diane accident kind of mentions them, about something that happened recently. Mentioned that Pop nearly died. But Pop died once. And once that because his mom don't want to know more. So basically, doing the rat fight. He gets his ass kicked, by the way. They tell Mom everything about what's happened up to that point after she left. The previous arc, which, like I said, is one of my favorite arcs of the series. Just how well the story is, and it's brilliant action. Yeah, you say like mine is action, but no, the writing is entertaining for Shonen Jump, and I like the characters enough. Like I like when the story's endearing as well. Get me? Oh, alright. I want to hear some theories about a different anime, by the way. I want to hear theories of what the One Piece may look like. Like, what do you think it looks like? I'm really curious to know. Because we're booking the final saga. After this saga ends, the final saga ends. That's it. There'll be no more new episodes of One Piece. That's gonna be sad. One Piece is a really lovable anime. It's been going on for decades. Shame I got into it all late. Anyway, so she refuses to get the soda is a prize in this tournament, by the way. I mentioned. I think I did mention it, but Mom she refuses because she doesn't want Dai to kill his own dad. But Daimask convinced that he doesn't want to kill him. He just wants to prove to his dad that his views of humans are wrong. I'm sure deep down he knows that too. So, anyway, doing the man's final match. Doing the final round. One of the person who gave Romulus the idea for this tournament. He also said to be the son of Zaburara. Didn't know I said that right. The prickhead wizard from last time. Hadler's one and only loyal servant. Basically, he was just using it to gather data. But their data would be useful for the Dark Army. Daya ends up does by him. He's strong. Reveals another reason. Their data help him. They got 90% of their data. So he uses magic and uses that power, turn himself into a monster with very handsome butt cheeks. Okay, but yeah, it looks like he's got butt cheeks in that form. It's a very weird look. I just struggle. I get news. And so Pop does try his best, or does Chio, but let's be real. But Mom managed to break out and unveil her new technique she learned. She managed to injure him because every time they try to injure him, he heals. And Mom managed to say die. So yeah. She does all the very she can. Of course, she doesn't have any useful items much. She just has an acorn to only recover a bit of their status. But Die says it's enough. And sent to take him to the legend to the Sword of Champions. Mom's basically distracting him. Alright, the person who helped Mom get out, is a guy in a ghost costume. And we see something similar. I see something similar, a different character, but a similar costume, but with a different character and different look. In a second opening, I do not know who that is. I didn't know who most of the characters in the intro were. I want Leona to be able to be a big fighter because in both versions of the second opening, she doesn't even have her own fight sequence. I do want to talk a bit about that opening. You're the bravest. I like that. It's catchy. So yeah, Dai uses his Dragonic Art and defeats Zeburo's son. But the sword is destroyed. Turns out that sword was a fake. The real one's already sent to Hadlar. He was recovering. Sorry. Anyway, Mr. Burn makes a visit. Hadlar asks for a favor. He knew something's going on. He asked Mr. Burn to take care of it. Mr. Burn agrees. So anyway, Dai, Pop, and Mom decide to head back to Popnika. She decides to join them, and by the revealed the guy in the person in the ghost costume is actually the teacher. Like, it's their sensei. But they call him Roshi in the Japanese version. What does Roshi mean anyway? Because we know Master Roshi, the Turtle Hermit from Dragon Ball, but Kami, the two types of Kamis, by the way, confusing. Can be real confusing too when you want to say, do you like Kamis? Like, no, I hate God. It's confusing, isn't it? The same word, just with two different letters. Anyway, Dai, Pop, Man, and Shield head back to the castle. Where they meet the world leaders. Dai wants to know where you can find his legendary sword. The king of the village we saw last time. Oh yeah, actually his country is still considered a kingdom. So basically there are still 6. Right. Alright. They said makes a map. Oh. They give information about a sword in a special village. And turns out Pop knows how to get there. With Levizoom. Because basically it's his hometown. Pop's Latin, but they go there. Pop's definitely nervous. As he said, he ran away and became a disciple of Abon. Now, this is not the characters, like, we don't see inside the shop, but we do meet Pop's parents. Because this is his mother's first appearance, but his dad actually made a bit of an appearance early on. Not in any episode, most likely in the opening itself. During Pop's scene when he's holding some weapons in a box and meets Abon. It basically means that what he up is about a year prior to the events. Things were just normal for each character. So he does appear in the opening. He doesn't even move. He's just sitting there in the background. Like that. So yeah, he's appeared in the openings before. Pop's mother is happy to see him, but his dad isn't exactly. Anyway, they don't. He knows that there's that he doesn't have a legendary sword in this shop, but he's friends with a Darkling who was a swordsmith, and it turns out this swordsmith is the same guy who made the spear and sword Hyuko wields. Pretty interesting, huh? Oh, coincidence. He refuses initially because when he makes a good sword, it always ends up in bad hands, i.e. Hyuko and the Darkling we saw before. That's understandable, really. It's pretty understandable when you think about it. So, anyway, so, there's an argument going on in the whole meeting. And then, Mr. Bent attacks the village with a castle. Anyway, the Darkling did say he'll make the sword that is here, and that die actually broke the dragonic sword, legendary sword, the dragon sword, wielded by Baron. Also to make a sword special for Dai. Dai has to wait here in a bow. Pop's dad thought that Pop would do the same as he's always done before, be a coward and step up. Pop really has changed. Think about the second arc, right? Pop would have been, like at the start, he was still cowardly, but in the second part of the arc, I'm confronted my mom about this, and gave advice from the old wizard, and the major the fake hero party. Pop gained courage and fight. He's proven himself really much. Even though he may be scared, he's shaking those fears down to do what he can to protect his friends and show how much he's grown as a character. And it felt earned. Granted, we didn't have that many episodes with Pop prior to that, but it still felt earned when we got know a bit about him, you know? Unlike Zenitsu, who never learned how to use his leaving techniques when he's awake. Still cowardly, he never bothered shaking down his spears. Only away when he's asleep. Like he never bothered to try and sort that out. Aaron grows a character. Yeah, I actually did read the Demon Slayer manga, by the way. I plan to review some more mangas. I will eventually review part 3 of JoJo, I swear. I'm just not being active reading it right now. Anyway, so I'm gonna do their best to bow. Hyuko and some Alan, Mr. Ban. Yep, he's back. So, I guess his new sword reveals that the sword uses wheel, so it won't be able to. It's locked to the sheath right now. You've never seen all blood sparks on all the characters that were there. Thanks to Mr. Burn. And Dai did help, but he goes up fighting the castle. Dai battles the castle with his new sword, which is so cool and powerful, and wins. After that, he goes after. They managed to win against Mr. Ben for now, thanks to Killben showing up. Telling him not to use that power. Brandon Bell, he'll kill him if he uses that again without permission. The two make the lead, but call them useless, since Diaz actually saw the threat that it only pisses Pop off, so he follows them. Diaz told about this and he goes after them, and then the Pop was being led to a trap. But Diaz shot to save him back, later, so that Kilburn's scythe also serves as a flute. And it casts hypnotic illusions on your body. That's how he kills you. Yeah. And this is a stalemate now. And they're interrupted by a new improved Hadler, who wants to fight Die now. He has his new power. And the arc ends on that cliffhanger. Die preparing to fight Hadler once again. Hadler's definitely looks stronger too. And that's the conclusion of the arc. Not much of a detailed review, but I did the best I can with my style. So anyway, thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please hit the like button. Want to see more? Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Be up to date with music in the future. Be sure to subscribe to my cartoon channel, Killed It. Review any animated movies and TV shows, 3D or 2D, any type of animation. Hybrids do not count, so no Bubba knows. Again, subscribe to Killed It if you want to see any animated videos in the future. Until next time, guys. Keep your looks out.